boy Shadow Dragon back with another video, but in this case I will be getting into politics. So everybody knows and everybody's seen the, I'd say, results of the election, you know, Biden 2020 people. And frankly, I don't like politics. I don't do politics too much. Only this year I felt like I needed to be in politics for some reason. I don't know why. But since, you know, we got that orange with cheese on his head out of office, I feel like it's time for me to say something. So I'm going to actually go over the states or countries, nations basically, who actually responded to this and basically their reaction overall. Some of these places actually have different types and different backgrounds of leaders that I cannot pronounce their names, and I don't plan on butchering them for the sake of a video. So if I just say they're a leader of such and such, that's why. So first place, well, the only place I'm going to be talking about, which will be Canada. And everybody knows Canada. It's basically just like there. But basically Canada's reaction to, you know, in general, the election was more or less, we are willing to work with whoever gets elected into office, and we hope that basically like everything goes well. To put it in short, but a statement from their prime minister, I'm just gonna call him Justin because that's the only thing I can actually pronounce, that I'm not gonna butcher his name. So basically, Justin told reporters on Tuesday that the country is well positioned and ready to continue working with America, with the American people, and that the American government, regardless of the outcomes of the election. Basically saying what I just said, they are willing to work with us regardless of the election and regardless of who's in office. Which means, you know, they don't really care who wins. They just want to be ready, like they're already ready to work with us on, you know, the election, like everything itself. Like whoever our president is going to be, which we already know this, Biden 2020, you know, they're going to work with us in our basic, like, everything, you know. I'm sorry, I might be like, you know, getting on your nerves with this every single time I say the same thing. But there's also a person who actually says otherwise. So they say, so in this article or on this website I'm actually looking at right now, it also says, however, not all Canadian politics agree. And this guy is actually the leader of Canada's Democratic Party, I'm pretty sure. Yep, that's what it says on the website. So he is the leader of the Democratic Party in Canada, and he basically, in the statement, he basically says that Trump makes it so much more dangerous for people in America as well as people in the world in general. So I'm going to read this quick tweet that this person made. It says vote him out. In 4 years, Donald Trump has done this, basically. Placed kids in cages, fanned the flames of hatred and division, failed 200,000 1,300 Americans left dead because of COVID-19, basically. And Trump makes the world more dangerous for all of us. And I hope to see him lose. And everybody knows the outcome already. Like I've said in this whole video, Biden 2020 people. But, you know, he has a point. The thing is, Trump has actually basically just like slaughtering us all. But we're not going to get into that because I don't feel like dealing with Trump supporters who might be my subscribers and be like, oh, Trump didn't do all this, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like that. I don't feel like doing all that. And that's why I also don't get into politics. But guess where we are. So, in basic sense, he's saying that he'd very much like to see Trump lose, and in the fact that, you know, he's done all these things, what has he made great? You know, like last year when he said, I'm gonna make America great again. Well, that's a lie. But yeah, basically saying that this president that we had, or well, we have or had, because, you know, he lost. No more 4 years for you, buddy. Since we have, you know, Biden, it'll be better. Biden, Kamala Harris, it'll be better. And I'm pretty sure basically the whole reaction and response of Canada is that they are willing to work with whoever's in office. It doesn't really matter to them. But from this guy's standpoint, the Democratic leader's standpoint, he's saying that he would rather work with anybody and everybody except for people who have the same mentality and the same views as Trump did, because of what he was able to do in office during that whole year, and basically made America worse in a sense. Like, he made it to where it was terrible. He inspired hatred in between races. He inspired things that we haven't seen this open at all. Maybe other people have seen this type of hatred this open and this, like, out there. But yeah, this is basically what he's trying to say is it's not right, and this should not be acceptable. As a president, you should not be inspiring hate, and you failed your own people and placing children in cages. I actually haven't heard this before, because you already know, I've literally said this the whole thing, don't do politics, and I don't really look into much of that stuff at all. But I never knew they actually put kids in cages, which I'm starting to think that was the whole deportation thing. But, you know, we're not going to get into that because I don't feel like being triggered today. But in basic sense, he's saying he'd rather work with Biden instead of Trump. In basic sense. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm sorry if I stressed you out, or if you found this video funny because I tried roasting the president and I probably failed. You know, just hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and